I can say first and foremost, I never looked at myself as a victim. I understood what happened. It was a situation. I would say, the culprits that did to me what they did, whether it was sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, any of that. I never looked at myself as blaming myself. And unfortunately, with that happening to majority of the people that it does happen to or has happened to, um, they're taught and trained to believe that they have caused this, that they're the reason why. And the most unfortunate part is moving ahead in the future and with their own lives and trying to create something for themselves and never having enough confidence in themselves to be able to create some great things for their lives and for those around them. And it's usually because of that there are a lot of people who become the the victims, and they think of themselves that way. Absolutely. And I don't blame them. I don't blame those people for feeling that way about themselves, because it wasn't their fault. They are definite victims in those circumstances, but I think it's just not the same for everybody. So for me, it was always okay, even at a young age, like we're talking 2 years old, when I was two and thinking, this is wrong. I know this is wrong. I'm never going to have this happen to me in my life, as an adult. As I got older, I was never going to repeat those patterns. I was never going to, be a physically abusive person, a sexually abusive person, or mentally abusive person. And I lived with a lot of it. Like every aspect of every person that I came across, every adult did that. But for some reason, in my case, not that I'm some superhero, not at all. Just I'm a different personality, and I didn't take it as though I'm being victimized here. I took it as being okay. This is a serious hurdle, and I got better things to do in my life than to worry about this and to let it get to me and affect my career. Whether I didn't even know it was music at the time, for example, I was just going to try and create a family and do whatever I could to help feed them and house them and be well help feed them and house them along with my wife and along with Jesse as well with Mason. Um, and those things were the important things to me, to make sure that mentally I'm able to do that. And again, not just put everything in the past. I'm fully aware of what happened and how it happened. Why it happened is another question, but I'm fully aware of it, and I can look at it and go, all I got to do is create a positive world for myself, and in turn, let that be thrown out into the universe. That amount of positivity and that positive energy, and hopefully it'll just keep coming back, and I'll be able to affect some other people that way. And yeah, believe me, this is when the book is written, and people will be probably pretty shocked by a lot of the stories. I've told you some of the stories and you were shocked. But when that time comes where people can read the story about what happened to me in my life, and for me to manage to, some people say, oh, you got lucky. Well, I don't think so. I think I worked really bloody hard to get to where I've gotten and continue to go. I do have trust issues with people, I have to admit, and I've included you in that at one point, just because I didn't know who to trust in life. Period.
Fair enough.
I took on everybody because I thought you have the word, not you, but the world has the worst intentions for me, and I have to push through with whatever power I can. And giving into that negativity was actually me showing that I was, being the victim, acting as the victim, instead of going, wait, go with your gut instinct. And then when I did, we ended up working back together, for example, as well as making the decisions that we have together. But those decisions that I felt were the right decisions to make, and went with my instincts. And instead of having that little voice in the back of my head saying, no, 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 don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone, because you've got history. And I pushed on through that, and here we are still today. And again, I think this is going to be a very interesting story for a lot of people to read, and hopefully people do whenever that does happen, where they can read the story. And there's a lot of other stories along with it too that are funny, that are very entertaining, But I think the shocking parts of the book will be very eye opening for a lot of people. But I want it to be a positive message so that they can move on with their lives and go, hey, you know what? He put up with a lot of shit in his life and managed to come through pretty well at the end of the day.